I'm really bored today, so I'm doing a couple lessons. This one's for learning your way around the fretboard, which is very important to, well, all guitarists, specifically solo guitarists. Um, and the most important thing to that is to learn all the octaves. So you've got your strings, E, A, D, G, B, E. It's pretty basic. And for every string, here's where we get into music theory. After an E directly follows an F. After a B directly follows a C. Other than that, every note is a fret apart, and I'll get more in depth. We'll just start on the A string actually. A, second fret B, third fret C, fifth fret D, seventh fret E, eighth fret F, and then that's just to get B, C, E, and F. But really, it's like I said, two frets apart unless you're at B and C or E and F. So now with that, we're going to find the octaves. So what an octave is it's the same note except in a higher or lower pitch. So in E, we have the octave as the second fret on the D string, and to find that, we'll go D, and then second fret on the D string is an E. Okay. Um, so we have E, second fret on the D string. Sticking to the E string, there's also the 12th fret because the 12th fret is always an octave, and if you have 24 frets, that's always a second octave. So another way to look at that is an octave is 12 frets apart. So if you do the math in position, you can find the 12th note is also the 12th if you're going chromatically. So for example, how to go chromatically, I start on the 5th fret of the E string, which is in A, and I went up 5 frets chromatically. What chromatically means is you're hitting all the flats, sharps, and naturals. So a flat could be like B flat would be the 6th fret, the E string, for example. So again, 5 frets. And from the E to the G string, you're going up 5 frets each string. And for the B, since we know that the B string is a fret lower than you'd normally tune the rest of it, we're moving up one position and then 5 frets. And from there, again, 5 frets on the E string. That'll get confusing, but once you get around that, you'll learn it. So we're going back to octaves. In E, we have, if you make a power chord, and we'll start with an E minor power chord, a tritone power chord, three tones. So by now you should know how to make an E minor. It's open E, second fret or B on the A string, and second fret or E on the D string. Whenever you make a power chord, which is a tritone, you are always getting an octave in. So if you skip it, if we're looking at an E octave, if we skip a string and move it to the right 2 frets, we'll have an octave. From there, if we skip a string and move it to the right 3 frets, we'll have another octave. So our octaves for E in second position, or first and second, open in second position, are open E string, second fret on the D string, and 5th fret on the B string. And then since the 5th fret on the B string and open E, high E, are the same thing, you get it. So, and you can do that virtually anywhere. It works the same if you are on, in terms of finding the octave between the B string and the D string. If you're on the G string and the high E string, it works the same. And I know it's kind of confusing, but for example, if I am playing an A on the G string, which is the second fret, an A is also the 5th fret of the high E string. So I'm just going to go through like some quick octaves. Sorry. I'm just gonna go up the A string, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A, like I already said. Um, and some ways to get your way around the fretboard is to go up chromatically, like I've taught in a bunch of other lessons. I'll go 4 per fret. Move it up. And all the way up the fretboard. And I know I've said that a lot, but the only reason I always enforce it is because it really works. Learn your scales, because with every position that you learn a different scale in, you're opening up new frets to solo on. Learn as many chords as you can, because with every chord, every position, you're learning a new place to solo over and also more notes to solo with. Um, for example, if I am taking and say just a regular E, but at the high octave, I'm going to use a John Petrucci lick, which I've showed in other lessons. That little thing there is the bass for half of damage control. And what I'm doing is I'm just arpeggiating, like bending the top, going back down it, then just moving up a fret. And you could do it with any chord you could solo with, any chord you could solo over. And think about that, and just make up your own stuff with it. Make sure to practice scales. Make sure you learn octaves. What helped me was on my computer I opened regular text document and I just wrote out E, F, G, A, B, C, D, so forth. Then A, B, C, D, E, F, so forth, and up for each string. And looking at that and having them out, so like E, A, D, G, B, E, I was able to look where the octaves are and play them like tabs. Like I was able to read it like tabs and just play out the different octaves, and it really helped me get to know them. So maybe that'll help you too. And this is probably a wasted lesson because I know it's really confusing. It's even confusing saying I'm sorry. I'm really tired, but I don't know. Maybe it'll help. Thanks. See ya.